Hi there, and thanks for joining me for wait, don't leave. If you're an artist and you want to do this stuff, but you don't want to learn how to program, then this is a video for you. I created a program that lets you put these algorithms together in certain ways and let you draw different kinds of stuff and make this kind of generative art without having to know anything about programming. Well, basically anything. It might help a little bit to know what an algorithm is, basically, so that you can apply those in thoughtful ways. Here I have a particle field. You don't need to know what a particle field is. I have a multifaceted random mover. You don't need to know what that is. I have linear interpolation. You don't even need to know what that is. But if you want to know what it is, I can introduce you to that stuff so you can get a basic idea of what these new generative art tools are. So traditionally you have paint, trowels, canvas, palette, various things that you can mix your paints with, various types of paints, and that's all good. But in generative art you have tools as well, and they're called algorithms, and you can combine them together in different ways. You have different shapes of objects. You can manipulate the shapes of those objects as you produce each frame or each image. There's just so much that you can do that just takes it to the nth degree, and I wanted to give artists who don't know how to program the ability to do that. A couple of months ago, I set out on a journey to produce this artwork that you see here, and I knew it was going to be complicated, but I had no idea. So it took me a few weeks to learn all the basics and get everything hammered down, and I could put it all together. But I kind of wanted to show you what I learned along the way. So when you move an object or you move through a range of variables, you can do it in a number of ways. And one of the most basic ways to do it is with these types of motion that I have described here. There's actually 4 types, but you can see 3 movers. One represents Brownian motion, which you just take a random direction and you take a step in that direction. And it's very mechanical. It looks like a little robot. And if you wanted to be more thoughtful about it and more lifelike, you can take it up to maybe an ant level, where you move around a little bit, kind of like the Brownian motion. But every once in a while, you want to go somewhere else, and you pick a long distance to travel, and then do the same thing over again. More animal-like movement can be produced with purl and noise, where the motion is mapped over a range of waves, and it makes it far more organic and less jittery. And I kind of like that one the best, and that seems to be a favorite of a lot of programmers, to use purl and noise to produce this more organic or more fractal kind of like movement. So here, if you take their locations, which is just a number that's moving back and forth in a certain way, and you map that to a color range, then you can manipulate the colors, the paint, if you will, on the canvas, and you can get some really awesome gradients. You can get some great color combinations that you never even knew existed, really. And combine all those things together, and it can produce some really amazing artwork more easily than you ever could imagine. Okay, that's cool, but why am I showing you this? Well, if you don't know how to program, wouldn't it be great if you could just push a button and purl and noise could be applied to a certain number of brushes that have a certain shape on the end, and you could push a button and shift through a range of palette colors and apply that to the canvas over and over again and just watch it go? Wouldn't that be great? I thought so too. So I wanted to put these things together so an artist, that's all they had to do was just push a button, and it could do these algorithms and apply them to brushes and canvas backgrounds and whatever you can imagine. So here's sort of that program. This is a beta version that I'm still working on. I'm adding stuff to it as we speak. Every day I'm learning something new, and that new thing is I'm wanting to incorporate into this application. And I started out with a Lite version that you can use. That one's on my Facebook, and I think there's a link in the description. It gives you an idea of what's going on. But instead of changing that over and over again the hard way, I had to start again with a new application so that I could plug these things in more easily as I make them. So as I learn something, I have now this kind of template that I follow when I make the new thing, and then I can just plug that right into this application, so it's kind of extensible that way. And you don't need to know any of that. All you need to know is click this button and it does this thing. Click this button and it does that thing. And if I click these buttons together and I move around on the screen, or if I just let it move itself around, it creates this kind of art. And I don't even know what it's going to make. All I know is that I push these combinations of buttons and this kind of art shoots out of it. Isn't that incredible? I think so. I hope you think so. And if you do, play around with this. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. You can even, if you want to, friend me on Facebook. You can leave a picture or whatever of your work on my Facebook page. I would love that as well. And just enjoy yourself and have as much fun as you possibly can using algorithms as an additional tool to your range of markers and crayons and pastels and whatever else you have. So I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as have enjoyed creating it. It has been a lot of work up until now, not just the video, but learning how to do this. And it's important for me to be able to share this because I know I have so much fun, and I just want others to have fun too. So please enjoy, and if you like more of these videos and you want to maybe access this beta version in the future once I have it hammered out, then click subscribe, hit like, and you'll be notified if you hit the bell too. I think you have to do that. And find out about that in the future. I think there's going to be a future. I'm hoping there is. There's always a future for somebody, right? All right, well, until next time, you guys, take care.